reached Eric Marshall. Leave a message.
What message you want to leave him?
An evil one.
What message is he looking for? That's the question.
He's looking for a sign, not a message.
He's looking for a sign. I mean, seriously.
He's looking out in the woods.
He's out in the woods at night. He hikes, night hikes, and he sleeps out in the woods and gets up and keeps hiking in the snow. Swear to God.
What's the point? To do it?
He's looking for something.
Hope he finds it.
He's looking for a reason.
I just look in my house.
Well,
I look on my computer.
I think everybody looks for something.
Everything's on Google Maps. You don't need to go out there.
That's true. That's true. All right, so what are we going to talk about tonight?
I have no idea.
Okay, that's usually one of the better ones,
It's
right?
all your idea.
Got a lot of thoughts, man. A lot of thoughts.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess I gotta execute them.
Organize them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything's the same for me. Nothing changes, so I don't really have anything to bring up. Unfortunately.
Well, I'm trying to think. Do we have any stories we can tell? I got one for you.
Okay.
All right, this is a recent one. You were there. So it was in the year 2020, year of the murder hornet. Now we're murder hornet +1, right?
+1, yeah.
It hadn't got any better, right?
I heard everything's getting better.
Well, local where we live, this week there was 7, 8, 7, 10, 10 deaths per day.
7, 8, 7, 10, 10.
Yeah.
78,000?
No, 42 people total this week.
All because of the COVID?
Yeah. But it used to be, no matter, I mean, whether it's COVID or not, we'll say it's COVID, but it used to be 1s and 2s and 0s. So that's a thick week.
Used to, we didn't keep count.
Yeah. I think they kept count since
Until
it came
last
out.
year.
Right. Well, it only came out in February,
I'm
right?
talking about people who didn't worry about who all died beforehand.
They're saying, now here we go back on a COVID one, they're saying that all the other communicable diseases have dried up. Like colds.
I haven't had a sinus infection all year.
Colds and flu, but then they're saying that then we'll lose our herd immunity to it, so when we do get off of this, we'll be in trouble.
So let's just live dangerously and just go live our lives.
A lot of people
I'll
think
take that.
that.
I'll take that risk. I'll get COVID. I don't care.
Eric, I mean, Darkness, my old friend, thinks he got it, and he went camping.
But he's okay.
He must have not had it. He can still smell.
It affects everybody differently.
Right,
Some people
right.
have no symptoms. Some people almost die.
He felt bad. He still, but anyhow, he never got tested, so he'll never know.
He doesn't have antibodies now?
He didn't go to the doctor.
If you had it, wouldn't the antibodies stay in your body for eternity if you had it?
6 months.
Does that apply for all diseases?
I don't know. I think some diseases that you're on to a good point. I think with COVID it's like 6 months, but other diseases like chickenpox, I think it's lifetime.
Yeah, measles. You do have to get boosters.
Yeah. All right, so back to 2021, year of the murder hornet. We're saying that 2020, the first year of the murder hornet, you and I went to a local establishment that opened and closed and opened and closed and opened again due to COVID, right? And this is an establishment where you go in and it's all hands on everything.
Oh, okay.
It was Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, it was kind of a letdown.
Kind of a letdown, yeah. So we go in and we're wearing masks. We have to wear a mask, from the car in the cold. Go over there. The mall's dead. And we walk around the mall, and I think the mall is dead. I think the mall shuts down. I think the mall's dying. I think they're bankrupt, right? And we limp around. I limp around on my 2020 replaced knee, right? Can't walk. I can walk, but it's not like it used to be. Through the mall, and the mall's just cold and fluorescently lit, no people, wearing masks, few people.
It's like the end of the world.
End of the world. And we go back into Dave and Buster's, play some video games. Of course, every time you touch anything, you either put gloves on and hand sanitizer. So we're just wiping down like surgeons, got masks on.
We didn't get sick, though.
Like you're going in to operate on somebody.
See, I live my life like that. before 2020, and I'll be living like that after 2021.
See, I used to think what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, like, you know, and I'll catch a germ.
Or it cripples you.
Yeah. I didn't have any, I mean, you know, people eat boogers, supposedly have good immune systems. You ever heard that?
No.
Ask Ted Cruz. I got a video of him chowing one down. Swear to
That's
God.
why I didn't get the nomination. That made me sick to my stomach when I saw that. It's like, he's like enjoying it too.
I
think it was oatmeal.
I think he had a fork and a knife on that. Right? So we go back in Dave and Buster's after walking through the dead mall, right? With our masks on, everybody's staring, everybody's scared to death, paralyzed, and you got people that probably don't wear masks back then. With kids, there's like, you know, I'm risking, am I, is this for real? Is this great conspiracy theory?
Am I just dreaming?
Right. And then we're playing, playing Area 51, which is like you shoot zombies, right? You know, you're shooting zombies, so it's like a zombie apocalypse in the mall.
And we're playing a game about zombies.
Right?
That's very surreal, Kafkaesque.
Yep. And then, you know, and I got other health issues this year, great, bless my heart. And and then the final countdown comes on by, who sings that, Asia?
Some foreigner, Asia?
It's the final countdown. Dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun. And you're looking around, you're like, Jesus Christ, what's the odds on all this happening at one time?
Synchronicity, man.
Shooting zombies, operating room, everybody's worried about getting killed, no humans, mall's dead, and it's real.
It's good for the environment.
It is good for the environment. You mean talking about nature?
Yeah.
Except animals can catch it, right? Like
dogs gonna have to start
dogs,
wearing
cats,
masks.
minks, and what else? Gorillas and lions, dead, tigers, something like that.
I guess bats can get it too.
Yeah, and pangolins.
So we're gonna have to start making bats wear masks.
Well, you know, I think I sent you an article about.
Have to start putting sanitizer on dogs' paws.
Well, if they spread it. Now, what they did with the minks in Sweden, they killed all the minks.
Hope they kept the fur.
Yeah, I'm sure they did, but they killed all the minks.
Who's going around sniffing minks to catch COVID? I mean, how do you catch COVID from a mink? What do you have to do to the mink?
You have to Google it, man. You have to Google it. They breathe on you.
When's the last time a minx came up to you and breathed on you?
I don't know. Maybe it's big business over in Europe. Maybe.
Or a squirrel. When's the last time a squirrel's come up to you and touched you?
I had a mink stole one time. I got it in an estate sale, and it was like 3 mink heads that clip onto your jacket and the tails.
They have like springs in their jaws?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what I did with that. I
hope you gave it to your wife, your ex-wife.
No, I'm trying to think I did something with that. Probably gave it to Samaritan Center.
Dude.
All right, so that's a story. That's I don't know if that's interesting or not. I mean, the way to, I guess you have to, when you tell a story, you have to kind of tell it better.
I like it when stuff like that happens all at once. It's like, wow, that's kind of weird. And then something else happens. Oh my God, that's even weirder.
Yeah, right.
And it just keeps on going over and over.
Right.
That's happened to me a few times. I like it. It's usually just inconsequential stuff, but I still like it.
It's not often. It's not often you have like a pile on.
Synchronicity.
Yeah, like more than one or two things at the same time. And you have to be aware.
Yeah.
Of your surroundings. All right, that was a story. What you got?
I thought
I don't have to be in the story.
It's like every day is like the same day to me. It's like over and over. It's like Groundhog's Day, but
no stress or stress?
Well, a little bit of stress. I've been getting a lot more work lately.
Weeks are like days to me, man.
Yeah. It can be either way. It just depends on what's going on. Days can be like weeks, or weeks can be like days.
What was our best story in Colorado?
Probably the lady at the desk flirting with me.
Oh, that's right. The hotel?
She thought I was Eric.
The hotel lady.
What did she say? I'll help you.
That was hilarious.
I'll help you wash them sheets or something like that. I'm like, no thanks.
The lady that owned the hotel or whatever.
Front desk lady.
Front desk. Who knows? Man, that was a roach motel, man. I wouldn't recommend that.
Smell weed when you're walking in the hall.
Yeah, well,
cigarettes.
Colorado. That was pretty funny.
Boiled eggs for breakfast.
What was the best? Was that the best belly laugh we had? Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That made me feel uncomfortable, man. I should have got a refund.
Man, you ought to be happy. You're getting hit on. That's good.
Well, if it was the kind of woman I want to be hit on by, that'd be different. Then I would just be nervous and instead of disgusted.
I don't think for me that anyhow that'd be an interesting intersection.
I can't wait to go back.
You going to that hotel?
Hell yeah! I asked for that lady. Would you care to join me in my room for an ice cold beer?
I think she's done gone.
She probably got fired and went to another hotel.
The other story we had when we went to that one place and looked at fossils. Remember that? And had the ranger lady.
Yeah.
Now she was friendly.
That's her job.
Yeah.
Outreach.
But who was she outreaching to?
Eric?
Darkness?
Mm-hmm. Darkness, sorry.
Darkness.
He was spreading it on thick, too.
He's acting like he never saw a fossil before.
I bought a fossil. Actually, I think they were free.
Yeah. I got one.
I got one for my niece.
I got a nautiloid.
Then I got something else. I can't remember. I know I left a tip for mine. That's what I did.
Yeah.
I think it was a shark's tooth.
She's happy to see somebody. What else happened in Colorado?
What happens in Colorado stays in Colorado.
We saw a space shuttle movie or something, didn't we? Or Apollo.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I liked that museum.
Yeah.
Denver was cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad there weren't any riots going on at the time.
No, it's pretty quiet. All right, so that's the story. I don't know, man. I guess I can't think of too much more.
I don't have any.
Some stories you have to fill out, not fill out. You have to fill out like you have to
flesh out.
Right.
Got to add a little bit of a.
You got to try to get your thought across because English and conversation and words is imperfect. Right. I can say a sentence and it's really not. You don't get the full meaning of the sentence.
Right.
You get close, maybe.
More words are being made every year.
That's good.
To convey more clearly.
Words like violence.
The idea.
Break the silence. I think what else we can talk about, man. This is we're reaching tonight. We might have to delete this one.
Yeah, it's good practice.
It is good practice.
How long has it been? 3 or 4 months since we've done one?
I have to check my records. It's not been that long. It's
been before Thanksgiving. I know that.
We had the Unabomber here.
We had the Halloween. I know that. Then it's probably one more between Halloween and Thanksgiving. I think that's all we've done.
I think we've done some. Really?
I think so. Yeah.
I'll have to review the records. But here's the okay. So here's the subject, and I don't know if it's any good or not, but people hope something else is out there. You agree?
Always.
Yeah. I mean, you're hoping aliens, 4th dimension, 5th dimension, another dimension,
anything.
Right. You're hoping aliens, and I like history or antique sales or estate sales and seeing the past and the future that never was. And you're thinking, man, if I could find something in the past, maybe that would fix something in the present.
Fill this hole
in my soul.
But it won't.
And Darkness, my old friend, since he likes to listen to these tapes, I think what he's looking for, he's got a couple things going on. I got on his ass when he was here. Right? He's looking for what is behind that curtain, Yeah.
Well, he's experienced stuff.
Well,
I've experienced stuff.
Well, where I'm going with mine is I think his is more religious and spiritual. Like
it's all interconnected.
It's church and just years of don't do this or you're going to hell.
You can't put too many labels on this stuff because if you do, you're going to miss a lot of it.
You're right.
You just have to be open-minded and open to experience without trying to explain it.
So his religion, I'm going to get up his ass again. That way he'll listen to this podcast. He doesn't go to doctors, right, at all. 0.00. He thinks
good.
Thinks if you go to the doctor, you'll get sick, you'll get hurt, something bad will happen. Don't go to the doctor. Whatever you do, don't go to the doctor. He doesn't go to the dentist. He said once every 10 years.
Wow.
And it's like, well, that's working for him. Remember our old drummer, Donnie?
Yeah.
Never been to the dentist.
He was good, man.
He's closer to 100 than 0.
I mean, if you take perfect care of your teeth, that's one thing, but
you can't take perfect care of your teeth.
You're gonna get cavities.
Yeah.
Unless you don't eat sugar.
Right. Some old guy, it was a plumber I talked to, and he never went to the doctor either. He didn't have good teeth, but he said, I never go to the doctor. So maybe it's a common religion. And my buddy Elmer, he said he outlives all his doctors. Right.
I don't think it's so much a religious thing as it is a phobia.
Oh, I'm not combining those two.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm thinking that, what am I thinking about this? Avoiding doctors. Well, for Darkness, my old friend, he takes it pretty serious. He said, first thing you did wrong was go to the doctor.
I worked with a guy like that. He was sick for like 2 months.
Yeah.
Like pale and skinny, losing weight. He wouldn't go to the doctor.
I'm going back to religion because I'm going to use a religious quote, which I like a lot, which my buddy Elmer told me. He says, I'm trying to get it straight. How do you get it straight? You are wonderfully and fearfully made. Is there any more to that sentence?
I don't know.
So he's saying, the body's pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Through
the body can heal itself
through design or through evolution. It's pretty good. Yeah.
But not everything. You will die from something.
Right. But darkness may have good genetics. All them guys may have good genetics.
Well, we're all going to die of something. It's just a matter of when.
We all have this is a thought. I haven't told too many people this lately. I'll tell them, but you got a death beetle ticking inside you.
A beetle?
Death beetle. You ever heard of that?
I mean, like a scarab?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like something that's clicking. I think whatever death beetle is, we probably need to Google it, but we don't Google. Yeah, and it clicks, and it just clicks. But so it's clicking it down. So something in all of us, everything that's alive, something's going to take you down.
You got it wrapped around your leg.
Right. You can run on for a long time. Sooner or later.
Well, I would have been dead by about 4 years old if I didn't go to the doctor. So.
Yeah.
And then I would have been dead again at like 8 years old. So I'm glad there's doctors, I guess.
This could all be a simulation.
I could have died a couple times.
You could have bet the dice, man. I didn't mean to tell you that.
Quantum immortality.
So there's, something. I mean, and I don't know what's the death beetle in you. Who knows, right? It could be heart.
Hot.
It could be,
My parents have pretty good hearts, both of them.
That's
my dad's heart's perfect. His blood oxygen level was 100 when they took it yesterday.
That's pretty good.
He's perfect, except for his brain.
Yeah, well.
It's probably the brain.
I think the brain.
My brain's going to go out. Like
there's like 7, and I don't want to go into straight from COVID into death, and right?
Death.
But there's like 7 things you die from. Most people, like 99, 95%.
Lack of oxygen.
Well, strokes, which is lack of oxygen, right? Which is a stroke like when you
Heart attacks, lack of oxygen.
Heart attack. When you don't breathe oxygen, you're dead. Cancer.
That's what everybody dies
Cancer
from.
takes you out. Alzheimer's, dementia, accidents.
Mm-hmm.
There's 7 things.
Blunt force trauma.
Yeah, well, it's probably accidents. So
cancer, sicknesses like disease. Like bacterial
I'm trying to think
infection.
how you loop pneumonia. That's a big thing. But anyhow, that's supposed to be the gift to the elderly. Pneumonia.
I don't think when you reach a certain age, I don't think it's that bad. I think you start looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Stop the pain.
Right. Oh, I agree, 100%.
I want to go see all my friends and my family.
You want, and I knew we'd go down this path, right?
It's all right.
You want to. Here's what you want, though. Here's the truth. You want to look back and said, I had a good life.
Yeah.
So make sure you have a good life.
How many people can say that?
It's probably a sliding scale
in this world.
It's probably relative, right? Like, I didn't lie to anybody.
What is the definition of having a good life?
That's a good one.
Is it being comfortable and never being cold and having all the food you can eat and all the entertainment you can want and shelter? Or is it proving to yourself that you can survive and accomplishing things?
I think it's good experiences and good friends.
Exploration.
Right. I think it's
living your life how you want to live it.
So we talked about Colorado. That's an experience. We talked about the mall. That's an experience. Did you have a lot of good experiences? Did you have enough?
Were you fulfilled?
Right.
Was your life full of meaning?
Well, meaning's relative.
Or did you have to get up 6 o'clock in the morning 5 days a week and either sit in traffic and drive to a job you don't like and then get off work and come home and have a few hours to eat and sit in front of the TV and go to bed and do it all over again?
Right.
That's what I don't like.
I think I've had a good life. I would definitely say I had a good life. There's a lot worse.
Yeah.
Right. There's always somebody worse.
That's right.
So anyhow, I'm not sure how we got there from here.
I just wish we had the freedom to live different lives. Like, if you get sick of working your job and paying your mortgage, you could be able to just pull up your stakes and go do something else. I guess we do have that freedom, but fear holds people back.
I mean, you'd have to have like an Airstream camper, right?
Or a tent. If you're allowed to live in the woods somewhere or live in a cave.
Right. Well, there's probably less and less woods over time, right?
You have to live in a national park.
But you have to eat something.
Hunt for your food.
What's that guy's name? Yul Gibbs? What was his name?
Yul
Brenner? Not Yul Brenner.
The guy who lived up in Alaska?
No, this the guy that eat bark off trees.
He died of cancer, didn't he?
It's before your time, for sure.
I remember that guy. He would eat bark. Yeah, my dad told me about that. Eat pine needles and all kinds of stuff.
Right. It was old TV shows, right? And that's another thought, just a random thought, is you think shared culture has stopped now since there's so many different channels? So many different...
I think culture's just turning into one sloppy mess.
Well...
monochrome.
Well, I'll tell you a story real quick. No, it's not even a story. So, my favorite TV show, my favorite comedy show ever is Trailer Park Boys.
Mm-hmm.
And they had one episode, and it's nighttime in the trailer park, and they're all watching TV, and they're all watching the same TV show about Sam Squatches.
Sam Squatch.
So back in the day, this is a shared culture. You only had 3 or 4 channels, and so you had to watch the same show at night.
Yeah.
So the whole damn town watched, hey, did you see Jaws last night? Yeah. So, but now it's like you got 1 billion things you can look at night.
Yeah.
There's no, maybe Super Bowl, you'll watch that at the same time as everybody else. What else? Not much else.
Stranger Things.
Election debates. I'm talking about, Stranger Things probably doesn't pull that many people in. But,
it does online.
Yeah.
Then you chat about it.
It's probably a subset, though.
And what about these people that the whole conversation is just quotes from the show?
No.
That doesn't make sense to me.
I don't watch it that close. I hope another season comes out.
It's just whatever show or movie it is. They just repeat the quotes from
I
the
agree.
movie over and over. There's no original content.
You're talking about Reddit.
Yeah, that or YouTube or whatever.
That boys show, the mean superhero show. You ever seen that?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And that's just the whole Reddit channel, man. It's just meme after meme about the boys.
Yeah.
About what's his name, the laser beam guy.
America or
Homelander. Right.
Yeah, he's a good character.
He's a good actor. He's very creepy.
Drinking milk.
You've seen it? All the episodes?
Yeah, I've seen up to like whatever the last season was, season 2, I guess.
Yeah. I've been watching, I actually bought Disney Plus, so I'm actually my first streaming service.
Are you watching reruns of Hannah Montana?
No, I'm watching Marvel, right?
Is that a TV show?
No, all the Avengers and Thor and all that. All those movies.
They're on the Disney Plus?
Disney bought Marvel. So
Really?
you start off with Thor, and last night I just watched, here's a couple, have you seen all those movies?
I think so.
You're not like a Reddit person. I am on Marvel movies.
Not anymore.
So you try to figure out, okay, which Marvel movie had the best intro? Typically when a movie starts off, they try to be exciting in the beginning, like James Bond movies.
Yeah.
And that's a tough one. Thor Ragnarok, which was Funny Thor, he starts off, he fights this big demon with a big horn on his head. He's chained up and he beats a billion, but they're playing Led Zeppelin. I come from the land of the ice and snow where the midnight sun went down, and it's perfect. And he's just beating the shit out of everybody. It looks like a comic, because when you used to read comics, I don't know if you did or not.
No.
You didn't?
No.
It's a good experience.
I wish I had, but I didn't.
It's more, I got one I'll loan you. Got something I'll loan.
No, I don't need any. I appreciate it.
But it was more comic-like than most of the movies. Most of the movies are kind of...
A lot of CGI.
Yeah, but most movies are like kind of in between, normal reality humans and a little bit of action. But this was just full on action.
Okay.
And then last night, Avengers: Infinity War was real good.
I don't remember the names. I just remember some scenes mostly.
There's two parts of that: Infinity War, then Endgame. Okay.
Yeah.
Endgame sucked.
Is that the one where everybody started dying at the end? And
yeah, like 50% of the world died.
What's that guy's name? Bad guy's name?
Thanos. Snapped his fingers.
And,
that movie has a lot. I mean, that movie rolls the whole time. There's like 2 or 3 slow scenes, but most scenes are good.
Superman was the last guy standing.
You mean Thor or who?
No, at the end of the Endgame, who was the last good guy fighting? Was it Doctor Strange?
Oh no, he went through all of them.
How did they finally defeat him? I can't remember.
Well, he did some bullshit time travel shit in the next movie.
That's kind of like cheating.
5 years passed.
It was all just a dream.
I haven't seen Endgame lately. I've seen it before, but
I liked the first Captain America. I thought that was a good one. Is that Marvel?
Was that Red Skull?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, Captain America's like a little skinny kid.
Right.
That was a good one. That's one of my favorites.
Right. But
the Captain America arc.
I think they blew it in Endgame, but anyhow, where was I going with this? So that's a shared experience, but you have to go pay for it at the theater. Used to. Was
Disney in charge of Endgame, or did they buy them after that?
I don't know.
Because it's going to start sucking when Disney starts making the movies.
Well, yeah. Well, Fantastic Four sucked. Remember Fantastic Four? Movies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like Fantastic Four as a comic book. But they're going to reboot that.
They're trying to cater to the lowest common denominator, and when they do that, they lose their hardcore fans.
Yeah, I mean they're also becoming kind of generic.
Yeah.
Everyone, there's a big baddie. You have to fight the big baddie.
There's an equation that they got to do: fight. Comedy part.
Right.
Fight.
Right.
Love interest. Another fight.
Like a hit song, like 1-4-5 in a hit song.
Sad part.
Yeah, you got it.
That's been shown in our study groups to make the most amount of money.
I'm trying to think what made us start talking about this.
We're talking about shared cultural experiences on TV and 3 channels. When I was a kid, it was 18.
Oh, I know where I was going with this. So there's a show called WandaVision.
Wanda?
And Wanda is the Scarlet Witch, right? And she's one of the superheroes, and she's got a lot of power. Like, they always try to rank superheroes' powers, right?
Okay.
She's pretty strong, okay? I'm not sure who the strongest dude is and all, I mean, Thor's strong, the Hulk's strong, Wanda's strong, Doctor Strange is probably strong. I'm not big on magic. I like
Hulk
science.
supposedly has infinite power.
He's got beat by a lot of people.
He supposedly has infinite power, though. The more comes at him, the stronger he gets. That's what I heard.
He got beat by Iron Man and Thor beat him, and Thanos beat him in the movies.
That's sad.
Marvel, they call it Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Hmm.
So in this show, it's kind of interesting. So it's a TV show, comes on once a week. Well, everything's TV now, right? So it's on Disney. And she likes the Vision. Now, Vision's a cool character. You know the Vision?
No,
I liked him in the comic books. He's like a robot, and he's got an Infinity Stone in his forehead, and he's android, and he can change his density, right? So he can like walk through walls, and then he can so he can stick his hand in your chest and turn his hand solid and kill you. And he can shoot laser beams out his head, and he can fly. He's real strong.
Nice.
Like a Superman, like a robot Superman with
can walk through walls.
Density. So he and Wanda, they were a romantic pair, right?
A robot and a woman?
Android.
An android and a woman?
He's fully functional.
She goes, denser. Denser.
That's good. That's good. So anyhow, the show starts off like in like a 50s sitcom. It's black and white, has a laugh track. And it's like Bewitched or something.
Yeah.
And it starts off in the 50s, and neighbors come over, and Wanda can clean the dishes with the like a witch, like put the dishes in the air and put food on the table, and Vision has to work. He put a human mask on or whatever, and he has to work in the office and just grunt, but something's not right. Okay, something's not right. Always some kind of weird thing happens. And they can't figure it out. So the next episode, they start off in the 50s and in the 60s. Like Bewitched or something. Then they get collar, right? And then things start edging strange. So what it is, Wanda's pretty powerful, and Vision died in Endgame. Actually, died in Infinity Wars. And so she's creating all this stuff in her head, like a whole universe. So, like, this is the life I would have lived with Vision.
Okay.
So it could be Marvel's saddest movie. You know. I
don't remember Vision from any of the movies.
He was in.
Was he just like a cameo?
Well, he wasn't in very many. He was in. I'm trying to think which movie he was invented in. The second Avengers. The first Avengers, they fought in New York against Loki. Second one, they fought against Ultron, who was boring, and he picked up a city and dropped a city on the town.
Was he one of Iron Man's inventions?
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of remember him.
And Vision popped out. Vision's cool. Vision picked up Thor's hammer, which means he's worthy. Right.
Well, he's denser.
And then they argue, well, he's like an elevator. He's not alive. An elevator will pick your hammer up too.
Exactly.
But he used the hammer as a weapon. So eventually, it's going to snap Wanda's mind, and and people could be manipulating her too.
So they need to isolate her and sedate her so she can't use her powers.
She's got a whole bubble around her town.
She's a witch.
Well, she's a mutant, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, but she's got some major powers. Like, she can destroy an Infinity Stone, right? And she can stop Thanos for a little bit.
Where do her powers come from?
Her and her brother, Quicksilver, her twin brother, who was killed. This is a good podcasting. I can talk Marvel forever, right?
Okay.
They were test subjects, like in Slovakia, some kind of made up country. Some kind of made up country.
Okay,
European.
this is coming back to me now. Yeah. I remember it's at the very end of one of the movies that you kind of see him for a few minutes.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, it's coming back to me.
So WandaVision, it's sad.
Nobody wants to watch a sad TV show after a hard day's work.
Well, it's going to turn creepy and it's going to turn, super power.
Does it follow any comic books, or is it just all made up?
Made up. No, there's no comic book for this one. But it's the relationship she wanted to have, but the dude died.
Why can't they just rebuild them?
They need that Infinity Stone, and I think it was destroyed when Thanos snapped it. That's a good question.
Just get another one.
When in Endgame, they went and got them all. So there's only 6. These all-powerful
Infinity
stones. The guys I'd like to see in Marvel, I like Warlock. You're not familiar with the comics, are you?
No, not much.
I like this cosmic guys. There's like Earth heroes and there's like cosmic space guys, and he's one of these cosmic space guys.
What about the Indian guy that can grow real tall?
Which one's is he a Marvel character?
I don't know.
Hall
of Justice.
Yeah, it might be DC. I don't know.
Probably was. Batman, Superman. You remember the cartoon came on Saturday mornings?
Yeah. League of Justice, or
he was one of them. He was like a good guy. But he could grow real tall.
Yeah. I think Ant-Man does that too.
His name might have been Chief.
Okay. Well, he's not politically correct.
I always liked the Lex Luthor's house that came up out of the water in the swamp. Not a house, but it was like a
evil thing.
Lair.
Yeah, I think I remember
that. Superman.
Yeah, Lex Luthor, man.
Bizarro was good.
Yeah.
The Earth was square.
Yeah, I didn't...
Mixoplick.
I never got into DC. DC and Marvel's two different religions.
I just watched it in the morning on Saturdays.
Mm-hmm. They probably don't have that anymore.
Wait a minute. Wasn't Superman in Marvel?
He's DC.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't Superman fighting Thanos at the end.
No.
People are going to just be crapping all over me for getting that.
Yeah, you're going to get comments.
Somebody was fighting him. They were the last one left after everything got destroyed, and he was flying around fighting Thanos. It was kind of humorous, cracking jokes while he's about to die and all that.
I mean, Doctor Strange fought him on Titan, and then everybody got beat, and he went back to Earth, and then Thor shoved a thing through his chest, but he still snapped his fingers.
It's not good.
Yeah. Then they had to play the time travel card in the next one. I need to watch the next one. I'll probably watch this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Disney.
But, what else did Disney buy?
Well, there's different... The X-Men was on a different, brand than whatever the Avengers was on. They're supposed to get them together.
They bought Star Wars.
Yeah, they bought Star Wars, yeah.
Good God. Which movies have made the most money in the past 10 years?
Right.
Buy them up.
Yeah, right.
Anybody that says anything about him online, sue him.
Well, it's golden rule, man. Who has the gold makes the rules.
You can't even talk about Cinderella without Disney getting involved. And that was a fairy tale before Disney was even invented. Now, if you talk about Cinderella, you have to have a release from Disney.
Right.
Same with the Seven Dwarfs.
So who's Disney's competitor? I guess Netflix and HBO Max and
Time Warner, or does Disney own Time Warner?
I don't know who owns Time. Time Warner's changed hands.
I think AT&T owns Time Warner.
AT&T owns something because they advertise it.
I believe it's Time Warner.
Everything's streaming, and it's going to they're going to say we're going to bundle our streaming services like cable again. If you pay $100, you have all our streaming services, all these companies.
I think cable companies should get with the times and just let people order the channels they want.
Yeah.
Charge like $1 a channel or whatever.
Yeah. Right.
$10 sign up fee per month and $1 per channel.
Of nothing to watch,
Then you have to watch commercials while you pay for the $1 per channel.
Right.
Crap.
Man, I hate watching regular network TV because it's like every 3 minutes it's commercial.
I can't stand it. And the commercials are louder than the TV show.
Yeah.
It just drives me crazy.
Right.
And their commercials are so stupid.
Yep.
It's like the dumbest,
It's
lowest
either
common denominator.
fear or humor, right?
Or they're trying to wash a dish and they get angry about it and throw it in the water. Like, who does that?
I mean, here's another just a random comment, but they didn't used to advertise drugs on TV when we were growing up.
Like prescription drugs?
Now it's just like, this shit here may set you free. Then they read 20 minutes of...
Ask your doctor.
If it doesn't kill you, due to whatever.
About AstraZeneca.
You may have diarrhea, barfing, brain lesions.
If you have
shortness of breath.
If you have any sort of renal failure, do not take this medication. Could kill you. Can literally
if you have an
kill
erection
you.
more than 4 hours.
If you have an erection more than 4 hours and jacking off doesn't help, seek medical assistance.
Right.
Assistance immediately.
Right. Get an ice pack.
Then they'll have to give you a shot in your wiener. Ouch. You'll think twice about taking that next time, buddy.
You don't need it.
No,
All right, let's keep moving on. Tom Petty, keep moving on. What else we got? I haven't seen too much media. I mean, just repeat, canned stuff, movies.
I'm getting to the point where I can't even watch TV or movies because it's just fake.
Did you finish all the Star Treks?
No.
And the X-Files?
Did X-Files.
That was a lot of movies. A lot of
X-Files was good because I grew up with it.
Yeah.
Stuff that comes out nowadays, just can't handle it.
I don't know what comes out nowadays.
I did watch Stranger Things. It was pretty good. Got kind of stupid at the end.
Yeah.
The first season was awesome. The second season was okay. Third season was just kind of,
Right.
I think they're coming out with the fourth season.
I don't know when.
They've already started filming it last September.
Right.
And the kids are looking older and
only good thing about Stranger Things, there's no commercials.
Yeah.
I
just wish people would act more like people act in real life.
Yeah.
Then I guess it wouldn't be...
They could have retroed that a lot better. They could have retroed more in Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
Harder,
Well, the first season they did, but then it kind of just got...
Like one time...
It stopped being about the 80s and the other two seasons.
Right. Like one time she bought a phone, right? And she goes to the store, into where store she works and buys a phone. I think it was like $27 or $30, which was big money back then. A phone was probably $100, in today's money.
Used to, you could get the phones from the actual phone company.
Yeah.
They would bring the phone to your house.
They should have called me, and I could say, look, here's what we're going to do to make this more retro. Here's all the things. We're going to have Stern Frost cakes. You ever heard that?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to watch TV shows, and we're not going to just pick the ones you guys want. We'll talk about your Atari 2600 or whatever,
They only mentioned Atari one time in the whole series.
When did they mention it? They were at a video place, right?
No, it was, I believe it was in season 2. What's the main kid's name? Mike?
Yeah, Wolf Finn or something. I forget his name.
In the show, his name was Mike.
Yeah.
He had to give some of his toys away because he stole some of his sister's money to go to the arcade, so they had to have a yard sale, and he's like, you've already made me give up my Atari. That's the only time they mentioned Atari.
Okay.
Mostly it was Dungeons and Dragons they were playing.
Yeah. So here's the question: is the market for retro TV shows saturated? Could you create a new TV show that's retro?
If you did it good.
And I mean, Stranger Things was cool because it was science fiction. Could you make one that wasn't science fiction?
Exactly. I mean, that 70s show.
Yeah.
Wonder Years.
Yeah.
Happy Days. Every generation it happens. So
Yeah.
I think this generation will be about the 90s. You know why that happens, don't
the
you?
90s already gone. I mean,
the kids growing up in the 80s grew up to be TV producers, writers, so they're writing about their childhood. Kids growing up in the 90s are reaching that age now.
well, if you're
Everybody wants to go back to their childhood, so that's always going to be
so what's 30 years ago? 1990?
the beginning of the 90s.
Yeah. So these guys are probably older than 30, these producers.
Yeah, probably 35.
Yeah, 35, 40. So,
If you're like 10 years old in 95, you'd have been born in 85, so
yeah,
35.
right. Hey, the question I have is what show are they going to show from the 2010s and 2020s? The knots and the teens.
I don't know. I don't follow TV that good.
Anyhow,
It'll probably be something from the internet. It'll probably be memes.
Memes. Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right.
Memes.
All right, so people are always looking for something.
Yeah, because life is boring.
So I'm trying to think what other friends of mine are looking for.
Looking for love.
Perfection, right? Or some people are looking for accumulation.
Wealth.
Yeah. Looking, what else is out there? Maybe they think that, maybe they're worried about how they are perceived.
Something to look forward to.
Right.
A lot of people just want to numb themselves.
Yeah, some people do. I'm just trying to run through some examples.
Some people want family.
Some people want to be respected as a subject matter expert in something.
I think it all goes back to your childhood trauma is what you're looking for. If you respect, that means you're probably not treated very well as a child.
Yeah.
If you're looking for accumulation in money, you're probably poor as a child.
Yeah.
If you're looking for...
If you got daddy issues, you know how that plays out?
Daddy issues. I don't know what I'm looking for, to be honest with you. I wish I did.
I'm looking for another Coca-Cola.
And no matter what it is, you're going to get tired of it.
Right.
You're going to build up
You're going to saturate.
And then you still won't be happy. That's why you have to work on what's inside of you.
Right. And we talked about that tonight at dinner. We said, what makes you feel good? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, if you're healthy and you're sleeping good and you got to exercise and you accomplish something.
Yeah.
Something creative.
Yeah.
Like tonight's podcast is not creative. Right?
It's not bad.
Yeah. Well, it might knock some people. The goal is for people to sleep to it. God bless, those guys keep going on and on and on.
And droning.
I can't see straight. I can't drive the car with those guys on the radio. So look, I'm going to talk to a podcast professional Monday. That's going to be interesting. I'm interested in asking him what their routine is for the week. I mean, do they get together? Do they write stuff down?
Mm-hmm.
Or do they just wing it? Are they that talented?
I bet you they make some jokes up.
One guy, can just flap his lips faster than me. No uhs, no whats, no thinking. Just go on and on and on. Just hit all the salient points, right? And tell a great big gigantic made up story.
Practice, man.
Just crazy science fiction stories with good sentences. Does he write them going in? Is he reading them?
Probably just used to doing it all
And the
time.
other guy is a good actor. Just good, the tone of voice. Like you put emotion in your tone of voice. Just excellent. So some of that's talent.
It's a skill and a talent.
And then, how often they do it, how much time they put into it. They've been doing it forever.
Did they do one a week usually?
Yeah, they have been. I love it because it puts me right to sleep.
Well,
I get 4 sleeps out of one episode.
nice.
Yeah. Of course, it's all the same night. You wake up, you have your dream about where's the bathroom, put the show back on,
Every
get knocked
night.
unconscious every single night.
That's what my dreams are made of.
Sweet dreams are made
some
of
kind of
these.
this awesome thing going on. Then I'm like, where's the bathroom? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I had a
I wake up.
good one recently. I was happy about it. Happy dreams.
I haven't had
Happy.
one of those in a while.
I had a happy dream, and then you wake up and like, shit, I want to go back to that dream.
Yeah.
God bless it. You know? Jesus Christ.
Last night I got chased by a vampire.
Yeah.
When I was riding the bike.
It's hard to
doing
beat a
backflips.
vampire because they got.
Well, it turned daylight before I had to leave the building, so I was okay.
Well,
I was hiding in a closet.
you got lucky.
There was a sliding glass door on the wall, and I was trying to make sure the vampire couldn't see me. And then it turned daylight, and I left and got on a bicycle, riding up a hill, doing backflips.
On a bike.
Yeah. Then I found a bathroom, and woke up and go to the bathroom.
See, with a vampire, I mean, the issue I have, of course, it's all your mental interpretation of a vampire, is that they got superpowers that you can't grasp, that you can't deal with.
They've got super weaknesses too.
Well, you know, like they can hypnotize you, they can control you, they can do this, they can do that. So it's tough to beat them in my world, my dreams. And it sounds like you just outweighed them.
We both got one.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. But anyhow, where was I going?
Different mythos give vampires different powers.
Yeah, right.
Some vampires can't cross moving water.
I've watched a ton of vampire movies and haven't. They really don't make movies about that part of it.
I like the Anne Rice stories.
I think I read them. Tom
Those are
Cruise was
good.
in it.
Yeah, that was a stupid movie, but
Yeah, New Orleans.
the books are good.
Is that how you say it? New Orleans.
Nolans.
Uh,
Nolo.
the old ones
Nola.
though, the old Bela Lugosi ones.
Bella.
Undead.
Bram Stoker's was a good one.
Yeah.
The very first one I believe was Varney the Vampire.
Yeah. So here's a question. Let's say you're fighting a vampire. This is a good one here. You ready?
Okay.
I gotta think of the question. So let's say you're fighting a vampire, like physically. Are they stronger than you?
Oh yeah.
So you
Much
take
stronger.
You take a baseball bat to them. That's not going to affect them much.
You might knock them down, but they'll get right back up.
They're going to, block a shot.
Unless you sharpen it into a stake and shove it through their heart.
So let's say a vampire comes down here and says, "I'm gonna eat one of you mofos."
I'm going to suck your blood.
Right? I'm like,
I got it right there.
I gotta get out of the room before you do.
I'd snap his neck.
I mean, well, yeah, they can snap your neck. I mean, are they super strong? They hypnotize you, and you're like, okay, here's my neck.
Just close your eyes.
Here you go, buddy. Here's my neck.
I'd be
How
like, oh yeah, do
How
it.
would you fight a vampire?
Well, you'd have to make a cross out of something, or maybe a mirror. Some of them don't like mirrors. Oh, you can throw a bunch of stuff on the ground. They have to pick them up and count them.
Oh, I didn't see. Those are the vampire movies I saw. Those are not are inconsistent. They're inconsistent typically.
Yeah.
Oh, I know another one I wanted to put on my list of things I want to write about. I watched Vincent Price, The Last Man on Earth. You ever seen that?
Sounds familiar. I don't remember seeing it.
So here's this one. So it's not vampires. It's
Was
more
that
like
nuclear
zombies.
war?
Some disease gets out and kills people, and then when they die, they come back, right, and then try to eat you or try to kill you. So he's the last man on Earth, and every night he has to lock his doors. He puts garlic on his doors, put a mirror on his door. It seems to affect him, but they're not vampires. They're more like slow-moving zombies.
They don't like garlic.
And he plays his records and drinks whatever his wine and waits till morning. Then he gets up in the morning and he tries to kill them in their graves.
Sounds like a vampire to me.
Yeah, but
Is it a zombie vampire?
yeah.
Well, vampires are dead, so technically vampires are zombies.
Yeah. So in this one, and I've seen this when I was a kid, I used to watch Chiller Theater. It used to be on at 1:30 at night,
Scary stuff.
Saturday night, and watch it. My dad would come home from the newspaper. He'd work third shift, and I'd be up watching movies. He would watch movies with me. I need to think more about that. So I've seen this one. It was Vincent Price's, excuse me, his world weariness. You know, he's been doing this for 5 or 6 years, same thing every night. He has to go to the store and get garlic, find garlic. He has to go shoot some bodies. Sometimes they mess up his car. He has to get another car. He has to drive. He has to burn the bodies. And he's just sick of doing the same routine in his house for 5 years. And if you make one mistake, they're up in you.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
What's the point in even trying to kill them? There's so many of them.
Right. So the twist in this movie was that he was the bad guy. He was the monster, and those things weren't really the monster.
Oh, that's cool. I
Yeah.
like that.
Last man on Earth.
But they still had to sleep during the day.
Yeah. And they were like, I guess some of them could start talking, and
So he was crazy and they weren't. He just thought
they
they
were still they weren't right, man. They weren't the same humans as before.
But were they going to kill him?
Yeah.
So he wasn't a bad guy then.
Well, to them he was a bad because he killed so many thousands of them.
Okay.
You're gonna have to watch it.
From their perspective, he's a bad guy.
You're gonna have to watch it because I didn't. I just watched it with one eyeball.
I don't know, man. It seems kind of scary.
It's not scary.
Was the blood like really red blood?
I think it's black and white. I think it was black.
Hmm.
You know. Yeah, and you know, but it was a disease. It was the old disease.
Leprosy.
Right. But that was so sometimes, because I live alone, and you feel like you're doing the same thing over and over, right? I'm cleaning the kitchen, I'm vacuuming the basement, I'm doing this, I'm darning my socks in the night. What's the rest of that line go?
I don't know.
Beatles, dude, you gotta know that one.
Darning my socks in the night.
Darning his socks in the night. Nobody cares.
Oh,
Right.
Eleanor Rigsby.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if I got the line right. So,
Darning his socks.
so you said every day's the same. We're coming back to that, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
So if you're doing the same thing every day, you're Vincent Price, last man on Earth.
And it seems really boring at the time, but as soon as some kind of emergency or something comes along to screw up your schedule, you're like, man, I wish I could just get back on my schedule.
Well, you wish there was more out there, more like I haven't got any sun in months. You know, there's got to be more to life than four walls.
I wish it was summertime all year long.
Well,
And 12-hour days all year long.
Move to Costa Rica.
Move to the equator.
And then get sunburnt real easy, man.
That's fine. I get used to it.
I don't know.
Castaway.
I think I would.
My hair will turn yellow or blonde, and I'll have tan.
I get red and peel. And
You
get
get
red
used
and
to it.
peel. I don't think I can toughen up that much.
Put some coconut milk on.
You put
Rub some mud on you.
I put the lime in the coconut.
That's right.
But
Only come out at night.
so we covered stories. We covered people are looking for something else. I think there's more to flesh that out. We covered TV. Covered Stranger Things. A bunch of episodes of everything.
I just wish I lived in a hunter-gatherer community.
I don't think there's any things to
50,000
hunt.
years ago, man.
I'm looking out the yeah. That's good. Let's talk about that for a second. So,
Worshipping my local gods.
11,000 years ago, megafauna, right?
Yeah, you have to hunt like one day a week, and the rest of the time just hang out and make some stuff.
I don't like killing things to eat them.
Back then, it would just be second nature, though. It wouldn't be like you wouldn't be like, that's not right. Then you'd just be like, thank you, great mammoth lord, for giving us this
Thank you, great
of your
sky
body.
guide. Yeah.
You'd be grateful.
There's no big tofu mammoths.
Well, you didn't like do it out of hate or anger. You did it.
To
It's a
survive.
cycle of life.
Yeah.
You ate them, then you
Well,
gave
to me,
back.
and the way I think, right? I think we're apex predators, evidently.
Always have been.
Right. So it's not fair.
It's not fair the way we do it nowadays, but back then it was fair.
Well, let's say you're going to go spear a mammoth, right? And you got a pack of 20, 11 dudes. They all got spears. And they all jump on a mammoth. That's not fair.
They would drive a herd of them off cliffs.
Yeah. Right. So, yeah.
It's fair in that mammoths are 20 feet tall and
I'm friendly.
20 tons.
Same thing now is like, I wish I was a vegetarian. I'm not. But I'd rather wait for the cow to just fall over and die of old age than go eat him.
Yeah, if you can't look a cow in the eye and stab it in the neck and kill it, then you probably shouldn't be eating it.
Yeah. Yeah. I know you're vegetarian, and
That's the main reason why.
I respect that.
Well, I don't do it to make other people feel bad about themselves. I do it because I wouldn't be able to do it. Go up to a cow and look at it in the eye and bash its brains in.
Right. Well, it's and that's a whole other topic. I was vegetarian for 6 years, but it's just you can just microwave the steak and cheese burrito now.
If you can have a dog,
yeah.
If you'd feel bad about your dog dying, I don't think you would be able to kill an animal.
No, not for my taste buds.
But if I had to, though, if it was
I'd rather
life or
lose
death,
weight and get skinny than kill an animal. Now let's talk about squirrels. There's a lot of squirrels.
Squirrels. I've seen a white squirrel.
Would you eat a squirrel?
If I had to. I wouldn't do it just.
Well, that's the only thing you can hunt and gather right now.
I wouldn't do it just to, like go home and kill a squirrel and eat it.
You could eat it,
If
skin
I was
it,
starving to death, yes, I would.
put it on a tortilla shell,
I'd cook it over fire.
and then cheese. Of course, cheese is not good either.
I'd cook it over fire, then I would get rabies. Would you eat a possum?
Well, yeah,
raccoon.
I like possums. I have a soft spot for possums.
Possum,
They only live 2 years.
if that much.
Right. I've seen them hit on the
Possums
road.
just look nasty.
They're marsupials, man. Only North American marsupial.
They're like a throwback.
2 times, only I wish it was more. When I ride bicycle, you see a possum, and then you flip it over, and the baby's still in the pouch alive. It's dead.
Did you touch it with your fingers?
I put the babies in my jersey, took them home, and took them to the zoo, and they raised them.
Did they name them after you? The possum?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, they didn't. They did not.
That was at 13. That was at 15:20.
Just stop it there,
Nah, it'll be all right.
and go back and hit it.
15:20.
All right.
15:30.
Yeah.
Oh, possum.
So but that's good, man. I'm glad. You're
So
healthy.
You're the possum whisperer.
Yeah. And
That's
turtle.
cool.
I catch more turtles than possums. Save more turtles.
Do turtles have pouches?
No, they got eggs.
Wait, what? Isn't a turtle a possum? No, a turtle's a snake.
Turtle's a snake, man. You know that.
Hard snake. I do have those long necks.
Yeah, they have a long neck, and they hibernate.
Any other marsupials in America?
Just the ones on Tiger King's ranch.
You ever seen those jacked up kangaroos, man?
Yeah, like he's saying with a
Look
dude
like
punches it.
Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
They can kill you with their back
Yeah.
leg.
Hell yeah. I don't see many animals at all. I see turkeys, I see deer, I see squirrels, birds. That's it. Nothing else.
Mostly all I see is birds and squirrels and cats.
Yeah.
And dogs. Get chased by dogs every once in a while.
Right.
The good thing is though, you stop being afraid of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some dude was walking down the road with his dog today, and the dog wasn't on a leash.
Right.
So the dog starts growling at me. It's a collie about 2.5 feet tall. The dog starts growling at me. He's just doing this, holding his hand out, going, no, no.
Right.
The dog's looking at me like he's about to attack me.
Yeah.
Had my spray in my hand. I'm like, dude, instead of sitting there trying to be a badass and controlling your dog with your mind, how about just putting it on a leash?
Yeah.
Then he was walking up to another lady who had her dog on a leash, so no telling what that dog was going to do.
Right.
So,
I know. I've had everything happen to me on dogs. Everything.
It's okay. I can control my dog with my mind.
Right. I got my dog's under voice control.
I use telepathy on my dog as a leash.
Right.
I will squirt your dog in the eye.
How many minutes are we?
Can't tell. Should say somewhere.
Yeah, don't sweat it.
We're at 1591, whatever that means.
Seconds.
Bars. Okay, here it is. Yeah, we're at 57 minutes.
Yeah.
It's under 60.
That's good.
You want to quit it?
Well, we got to end on a high note.
All right. Just remember, kids, eat your vegetables.
Eat your vegetables. They don't have a face.
The kids.
All right. I guess that's it, man.
Eat your carrots for your eyesight. Yep.
All right, brother.
Are we done?
Yeah. Let's. We'll post that one. Somebody can sleep to that one.
Yeah.